Have you guys been buying a lot of books too? But I've been buying a lot of books. Hello, my friends. This is another book haul video because I've been buying too many books. But I was pretty chill in July. And August is my birthday month. And actually, my birthday's in like a few days. And I won't even be including those books in this video. So it's going to be a pretty chill book haul. But for July, I only got 4 books. So that's pretty good. And I am packing right now, so I'm just going to show you a picture of the first 2. The first one is Oryx and Crake by Margaret Atwood. I saw a hardcover of this at the thrift store, and it was $1, so I picked it up. I want to read more Margaret Atwood books. I've read a few of her books. I enjoyed it. Like Blind Assassin is long, but it was pretty good. And she's like a Canadian gem, so I was like, okay, I want to read more Margaret Atwood books. And so I picked Oryx and Crake, which I think is one of her more well-known books. Yeah, I have it squirreled away somewhere in one of my boxes. And the next one, I also have in a box somewhere, I don't know where, we're packing up. And that is The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. And I feel like this book is almost a mandatory book for anybody who's in the biology world. And I've heard a lot about it. So this nonfiction book is about a line of cells that was taken from a woman, Henrietta Lacks, without her knowledge. And they've been cloning these cells ever since she died up until today. And I think it must be like maybe 40 years that they've been growing these cells, like generation after generation, using them for science. And the family was never told about this until like way later. And they're not being compensated for it, nor do they have say on how their loved ones' cells are going to be used. So this, I think, dives into the ethics of science, which I find really interesting. So I think I'm going to really like this book. Yeah. But the next 2 books I bought in July, they're a set. And the first one is Foundry, and the next one is Shorefall. And they're by Robert Jackson Bennett. And I've heard a lot of good things about both of these. They're fantasy books, and I don't know much about them, but I have heard so many praises of both of these books. I'm kind of sad that this one is like a paperback, this one's a hardcover, but I got both of these for $10 on Facebook Marketplace, so I couldn't pass up on it. Like I could easily just trade this in at a used bookstore, get the credit, and then use that credit towards buying the hardcover for Foundry. But I also really like the covers, like they're really pretty. I actually don't even know when these came out, but I feel like it was recently. I think I'm going to try to read the first one by the end of this year, just because I'm so excited. I keep staring at it on my coffee table, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get to that book. I can't wait to get to that book. So I think this is going to be one of the next 5 books that I read. We'll see. I guess you'll find out in my next wrap up, maybe. But fantasy books. Yes, always. Okay, then I'm going to get into my used books. I guess it was all the used books that I was talking about. Oh my god. I already kind of did this before, but this book here, I got at thrift store reviews for $1, and it's Night Film. I found a hardcover of Night Film, and I know I already bought it before, a softcover. So I'll be getting rid of the paperback version of Night Film, and I'll be keeping this one. Yeah, I won't say much about it because it was in, I think, the book haul before this one. So that's just gonna go over there. But actually the next book is also a Margaret Atwood book, because I'm trying to start a collection of Margaret Atwood books. And I found this for $1 at the thrift store, and it's a hardcover. And this one is Cat's Eye. Boop. It's like an older book. Like, do I know what this one is about? No. Oh, it's her first novel. Oh, first novel after Handmaid's Tale. So she wrote this after Handmaid's Tale, so it's not as old as I thought it would be. Honestly, I don't know much about it. I saw it in the thrift store and I liked it. That's it. That's my whole reason for buying it. It's Margaret Atwood, hardcover, $1. Boom, done. All right, so the next one is Agatha Christie book, and that is 10 Little Indians. And there were quite a few Agatha Christie books at the thrift store, and the reason I bought this one is because of the title, 10 Little Indians, and I was like, what is this about? Obviously, it's Agatha Christie, so it's a mystery thriller, murder mystery type of deal. I do really like Agatha Christie, so I'd like to start a collection. I feel like this is almost the original cover of it, so I would love to have a little collection of Agatha Christie books in this paperback. Like, it's very small, like size of my hand. That's a good measurement, right? Hand size. What are you measuring, horses? I mean, ooh, air. Yeah, I mean, the reason I bought this, again, Agatha Christie, I like her. $1 at the thrift store, sure. The title, 10 Little Indians, okay, sure, I'll give it a shot. Okay, so the next one that I bought at the thrift store as well is Women Talking. I only bought it because of the cover and the title. I don't actually, I've never heard about this, but I saw it in the thrift store and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I'll buy this. I mean, when they're $1, can you say no? So I thought it was going to be kind of a feminist novel because it says women talking, but apparently I looked it up on Goodreads. It takes place in Manitoba, and it follows a Mennonite community and a group of women who are imprisoned and are being abused, and I don't know what kind of book this is going to be, so we'll see how it goes, I guess. I mean, it's pretty short, so I'm kind of nervous actually to read this one. Can you see it behind this thing? I just realized. I'm kind of nervous to read this one. Please let me know if you've read it. I don't know. I'm kind of scared to read it. There's kind of a theme here. This is also a thrift store book. And I saw the author Harper Lee, who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird, and I was like, ooh, instant buy. And this is Ghost at a Watchman, and it's a really beautiful cover. I saw the spine and I was like, ooh, pretty book. And then I looked at it and I was like, oh, it's Harper Lee. And this is a sequel to Kill a Mockingbird, so it follows the same characters. I think I would have to reread To Kill a Mockingbird to get to this one. Actually, the Goodreads reviews are actually not that great, so we'll see, I guess. But I feel like I couldn't pass this up because, I mean, To Kill a Mockingbird is a classic. And I read it in middle school, I think. It's been a while, but I would like to get to it again and then read this afterwards. But again, the cover is beautiful. So pretty. Okay, so I think the last thrift store book here is The Girl Who Kicked the Hornets' Nest. And I feel like there's at least one of these in every thrift store. I actually don't have the first two books, but I know I'm going to get to them. But the reason I bought it is because this is in really good condition. It's not it's not ripped up. On the bottom or the top, it looks brand new, like no one ever read it. And when you open it, it sounds like nobody ever read it. And I really like the cover. It's so shiny. It's so pretty. I know I'm gonna pick up the first two. I just want to have this pretty one. No shade. Yes, but I will pick up the first two once I see them at the thrift store and they're in equally good condition as this. So I actually heard they're really good. I haven't seen the movies, but I want to read them first. So okay, so I did buy 4 brand new books from an independent bookstore very close to my place, and I just realized the first one is right here. It's just the dust jacket though, and that is To Be Taught If Fortunate by Becky Chambers. And as you can tell, it's being read right now. I actually read it as soon as I bought it, so my fiance is reading it right now. I really liked it. I really enjoyed that book. Yeah, it's super short. It's a sci-fi about astronauts who were sent to, I guess, investigate for habitable planets, and stuff happens. It's so short. It's 130 pages, so I don't want to say too much. But I loved it. It's a good sci-fi book. If you're kind of about sci-fi, this is so short and so good that I recommend reading that. Yeah. But the next book that I bought brand new is The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. And I picked this up for a few reasons. 1, beautiful cover. 2, beautiful cover. No, I'm kidding. Actually, who am I kidding? That's the main reason I bought it, is because the cover is really pretty. But I also heard it's a really good book and it will make you very sad and like hurt your heart. But this follows Mozart's sister, who was an equally talented pianist, but because she's a girl, she was not allowed to pursue the same dreams that her brother did. So she was discouraged to follow her dreams to become a pianist. So this follows her story. I'm excited to read that one. It's kind of, and I've seen it all over BookTube, so I feel like I don't need to say that much about it. I can't wait to read this. It's so pretty. So another new book that I bought is The Dark Forest. And this is the sequel to The Three Body Problem, which I loved. I really enjoyed that book. I've been thinking about the second book and the third one because it's a trilogy. So this is a sci-fi series and it's First Contact with Aliens. It is pretty heavy sci-fi, like it's hard sci-fi. There's a lot of, I guess, science talk, but it's really good. I can't wait to get to this. Like, I keep thinking about it. I'm like dreaming about it. I want to read it. It's, yeah. And then I'm probably going to buy the third one by the end of the year. So, I mean, I highly recommend you read it. Sci-fi, yes. The other book that I also picked up, but I'm currently reading, and I don't want to pick, like, it's over there. I don't have a lot of equipment around me, but I'm currently reading it right now, and that is The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. And I picked it up because I'm part of a book club that's reading it, run by Jessie May at this channel right here. I don't know, I wouldn't call it a sci-fi. It's not really fantasy. Maybe it's like a contemporary fiction, and it focuses on New York. And right now I'm like meh about it. I'm kind of struggling. I'm slogging through it right now. I've never read any of N.K. Jemisin's books, and I don't know if this was the right place to start. Oh yeah, there's one more right here. So this one I actually got in a bookish box, which I was like 95% sure I canceled the subscription, but in the last box there was stuff missing, so they sent another box, and in that box they sent The Book Club by Mary Alice Monroe. It looks like a cozy book, maybe. I don't know. It's really not calling to me. I do like books about libraries. Maybe there's a library in it. I don't know. There's some books in this one. Let me know if you've read this, because I'm like meh about it. Meh. So those are the books that I bought in the last 2 months, but I think there's going to be more coming since my birthday is in like 4 days. But we're also moving, so I'm trying not to buy too many books just because books are freaking heavy. I don't know if I'm going to keep filming book hauls just because I don't know if you guys want to see that. Let me know if you do. I personally like to see book hauls, but not when the not when the person is like talking forever about it, which is what I try not to do. Let me know if you've read any of these books. Let me know what you thought about them, especially that last one, because I'm like, I didn't really want this book. And actually my next video is probably going to look different just because I'll be in a new apartment. I hope you guys are doing well, keeping cool, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.